Forget gurus. Forget anyone claiming to be an online business expert without going through the challenges of entrepreneurship themselves. The Real Money, Real Business podcast is here to prove the best insights in online business comes from your fellow online business builders. We dig into stories of entrepreneurs selling their business on the Empire Flippers marketplace so that you can learn how they made their business profitable, how they overcame obstacles, and what lessons they learned in their online journey. If you want to take your business and your knowledge to the next level, you've come to the right podcast. Let's get started.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Real Money, Real Business podcast. I'm Lauren, and today we have Koljo on the show, who's selling an Amazon FBA business on the Empire Flippers marketplace. Hey Koljo, welcome to the show. How are you doing today?
I'm all right, thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for taking the time to come on the show. I'm really looking forward to learning more about you and your business. It certainly sounds like a very interesting one. But before we dive in, I'm going to give the listeners a brief summary of the business so that they know exactly what we're talking about. This is an Amazon FBA business. It was created in April 2019, and it's in the home niche. The average revenue for the business is $48,863 per month, and it makes an average of $8,283 per month in net profit. The assets included in the sale are an Amazon Seller Central account with 175 SKUs, supplier contracts and relationships, a trademark, and a list of 15,000 customer phone numbers. Please note that inventory is not normally included in the list price, but further details can be provided to verified buyers. For everyone listening, you can visit empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for listing number 62912 to learn more about this business. Or you can unlock this listing to start your due diligence if you're interested in purchasing this asset. So, Koljo, let's hear from you now. Can you fill us in on your background in starting and running online businesses?
Yes, of course. 9 years ago, I went on a work and travel program in the United States, and I found that all smartphones was very popular. When I came back from the program, I decided to start something with it. So I've started buying phone cases from China and selling them online, and it was very profitable. And I've decided to start the Amazon business. And this is what is it until today.
Fantastic. What was it that drew you to Amazon in particular instead of Shopify or another e-commerce platform?
Because it's the biggest marketplace, biggest platforms. Most of the buyers are firstly checking Amazon. I've tried with Shopify and other platforms, but to be honest, it was not worth it comparing with Amazon. And the main point here is the FBA business model. Let's be honest, everyone needs time. And this is the main reason why I decided to go on this model.
Yeah, absolutely. Amazon definitely saves sellers a lot of time. And as you say, you have access to a huge audience as well. So you decided to sell on Amazon and you picked the home niche. So why did you decide to sell these particular products?
Because I've made researches, of course, and the home niche is the biggest niche. So most of the buyers are trying to buy anything from this niche. And I decided just to try it, and it worked very, very well.
Yeah, fantastic. It certainly has worked very well. You've grown the business really well over the last 2 to 3 years. What are the reasons you've decided to sell it now?
Just because I have an idea to jump on a real estate business, and I had to give it a go. Just try to grow on something new.
Yeah, that's very exciting. And I hope your new project works out very well for you. Looking back over your journey with this business, what would you say was your biggest win since starting the business?
The biggest win, in one word, is time. Time, the biggest win starting the business, and that I can do it from everywhere around the world. The online business is the best one, I think, but in the same time, you need to be adaptive and flexible to follow the trends.
Yeah, that's very true. But as you say, it definitely gives you more control over your personal time and your lifestyle. What would you say was your biggest setback or challenge?
The challenge was the competitiveness, of course, because there are so many sellers trying to beat you on the market. You always have to be up to date and to offer something better than the rest of the sellers. I think this is the main challenge in such a business.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially you look at Amazon 10 years ago, it was nowhere near as competitive as it is today. How do you drive consumers to your products instead of to your competitors? Are you using PPC or SEO to help attract customers?
Here is something very interesting that I can say for my business. So I used to use the PPC, but at that moment, my business is participating in the program called Amazon Accelerator. And I was advised from the manager, from my account manager, to stop all PPCs so the Accelerator program can advertise my products all around the Amazon platforms. And so far, I can say that it is working very well. And I see a huge increase in the traffic and in the sales. So I just can say that Amazon Accelerators is a very, very good option, which I'm using.
Yeah, it certainly sounds like it. As you say, you saw an immediate jump in sales. How long have you been on the Accelerator program?
For the last 5 months, but for the last 3 months, it is working like it should be. Because before that, there were settings that we had to do. There were, you know, the program and the Amazon softwares had to find the best way to working with my products. So yeah, 5 months.
Yeah, there's a bit of a learning curve at the beginning to sort of calibrate it to your unique business, but I'm glad you're seeing results already.
Oh yeah, I do.
So, Kolio, what do you see as the major opportunities for growth with this business?
The major opportunities for growth are definitely expanding the business in other marketplaces like the US marketplace, especially, and EU's marketplaces, because now my business is mainly focused on my domestic marketplace, which is the UK's marketplace. And I think this is going to be very huge opportunities for a potential buyer to grow the business.
Yeah, absolutely. That's definitely true. With that in mind, let's take a look at your supply chain. Can you walk us through what your supply chain looks like, where are your suppliers based, and how does inventory get to Amazon from them?
Yes, of course. So everything is almost automatically here because my suppliers are located in China. And I have four main suppliers which I use, and they're preparing my products, they're labeling them, they're sending the products to my forwarder, who is also located in China. And the forwarder is preparing everything, like packing them and sending them directly to Amazon, to the Amazon FCs. Depends from the needs and the inventory that I need. I use mainly sea transportation, but when needed, when I'm in rush, I can use the air and truck as well transportations.
Okay, great. Yeah, it sounds like you've got a bit of flexibility there, which is always good. How long does it normally take to replenish your inventory?
For air shippings, the suppliers need about 3 to 4 days to prepare the products and to ship them to the forwarder. They are located in one place, I mean, in one area. They are all located in one area, the forwarder and the supplier. So it's very easy to communicate between them. And for the air shipments, up to maximum 10 days. For the sea shipments, about 2 months. For the truck shipment, 35 days.
Okay, great. Yeah, that's not a bad turnaround time. How often are you placing new orders and how often are you in contact with your suppliers?
I'm in contact with my suppliers on a weekly basis, but everything depends from the inventory needed. Especially for the last 2, 3 months, I've seen a huge increase on my products, and I have some best selling products with many orders per day. Sometimes I need to communicate with them and make orders every week, but normally 15 to 20 days.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, that sounds pretty efficient. And when it comes to Amazon fulfillment centers, what are your current inventory limits?
So the current limits are for the standard size storage, 151,000 units. For the oversized storage, 18,000 units. For the clothing, 1,000 units. Footwear storage, 1,000 units. And extra large storage, 500 units.
Wonderful. Yeah, that was a great breakdown. So, do you have any employees or anyone helping you run this business?
No, I'm doing it by myself.
Okay, cool. So, what does a typical work week look like for you? How many hours are you spending on the business? And what sort of activities are taking up your time?
Well, I can tell you that on a daily basis because I run my business on a daily basis. I check everything in the morning. If everything is all right, let's say 30 minutes to 1 hour. If I have inventory that needs to be replenished, I contact the supplier, make the order. So probably maximum, if I have something to do with the inventory, maximum of 2 hours per day, then that's it. Or if there is nothing to do, just checking everything, just trying to improve something. Especially now with the accelerators program, I don't even have to check the PPCs. Yeah, it's very short time consuming.
Yeah, that's wonderful. It certainly sounds like a very passive business that you've built up, which is always great. With everything that we've discussed in mind, what do you think the biggest challenge will be for buyers taking over this business?
Probably just to get used with it, just to get used with all the processes. But I don't really see any challenges. Probably if they decide to expand, as I mentioned earlier, maybe they can see some difficulties to do it because it is not already expanded. But in the same time, this is a huge opportunity for them to grow it and to make it work even better.
Yeah, absolutely. It certainly sounds like there's a lot of potential for growth that buyers can really tap into. When it comes to navigating these challenges, how much support are you willing to offer the buyer?
As long as they need. When they feel that they know everything and that they got used with the processes, I'll be ready to go out.
Fantastic. Yeah, that's very generous. And I think buyers will really appreciate that. When it comes to negotiating the actual sale, would you be open to something like an earn-out agreement?
Yes, why not? Of course. I'm pretty sure and pretty confident of the business, so I'm always ready to negotiating something like an earnout.
Wonderful. And would you commit to a non-compete agreement?
Yes, as I said, I'm jumping on completely different area of the businesses, but in the same time, I cannot promise that in several years I will not start selling online again. Of course, not the same products. I will try not to compete at all with this business. Yeah, I agree with this.
Fantastic. Yeah, absolutely. So, Kolio, this was your sort of first foray into Amazon FBA, and you've learned a lot from this business so far. So, for any entrepreneurs who are listening, who are thinking of starting their own Amazon businesses, do you have any advice that you would give them that you wish you knew when you first started?
Yes, I have an advice. Just jump on it. You have to try it. You have to see if it's for you or no. Yes, of course, you can lose money in the beginning or time, but it is worth it. If everything goes well, this is probably the best business model in the world.
Yeah, absolutely. There's so much opportunity to take advantage of with Amazon. So I completely agree with you. And that leads us to the final question of the interview, and the one that I think buyers are going to listen to very carefully. If you had to put yourself into the shoes of a buyer, why do you think your business is a business worth buying?
I've mentioned those things during the interview, but for me, the main benefit is time. My business, it doesn't take so much time to run it, and also the opportunities that the business offers. As I said, expanding the business all around the world is the main opportunity that it offers. And also the profit, of course, very stable profit. And I think this is the major thing here.
Yeah, very true. Very true. A lot of strong points there. Is there anything else you'd like to share with our listeners that I might have missed?
Maybe I've missed something, but I'm not sure if anyone has any questions. I'm always open to answer them. So this is what I can say.
Fantastic. Well, Kolio, thanks so much for coming on the show and giving us some more insight into you and your business. It certainly sounds like a fantastic opportunity that buyers can take advantage of. And it's been an absolute pleasure having you on the show.
Thank you very much for the invitation, too. Thank you.
All right, everyone. Thanks for listening. To learn more and see if this listing has already been sold, head over to empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for listing number 62912. If you're watching this on YouTube, click the link in the description to go straight to the listing. Once you've unlocked this listing, you'll be given everything you need to know about this business. So until next time, enjoy your digital journey.